Siddha Vetha. Meeting is streaming on YouTube. Okay, got it. Okay, so right now, okay, now, good evening, good morning to other part of the world. Welcome to Siddha Vetha webinar series. Today the topic is on living self-sufficiently, unleashing your inner independence. So our speaker today will be Mr. Theo Chambers. Theo Chambers is a Panama-born Jamaican, served as a legal specialist for the U.S. Air Force before earning a paralegal degree from NYU. He co-founded URA Star managing events for major Atlantic City casinos. Recognized for his contribution to tourism and media, Theo has garnered several awards highlighting his impact on cultural and heritage tourism. The main thing about Mr. Theo Chambers is a conscious person, and he tries to link to indigenous knowledge and culture, bringing the traditional knowledge and the value of it. So I welcome Mr. Theo today to present your wonderful work.
Thank you so much.
Welcome, sir.
Thank you. Today is a fascinating day. And I thought about how to do this presentation. And what I've decided to do is to create a courtroom type of environment. And each one of you will be the jury in a courtroom that I'm going to do some presentation. And at the end of my presentation, the jury will vote. Did I present my case? Did I support my argument? Or where did I fail? Or where did I exceed? And I call this courtroom the Supreme Court of Spiritual Justice. And during my presentation, here are some of the points I would like to make. Then you would tell me if I was able to make those points. Who is the creator? I have 3 tests that I came up with to prove that I understand who is God, the creator, what form he's in, and where we can find it. I also will present evidence that I understand where every human live and not where they reside. And there's a big difference between where do you live and where you reside. I would prove beyond a shadow of a doubt in this courtroom presentation, where you're the jury, that there are 2 gods that exist: a cosmic God and an earthly God. And I will share with you the difference between the both of them. Also, I would like to present, during the short period that I have, that the universe is a recyclable system. Nothing is permanent. Everything recycles itself. So let me thank you, each one, for allowing me to present my case to you. And I'd like to start first with 3 tests that I came up with. And listen to the question. Is it true that when a woman's egg and a man's sperm comes together, there's a possibility that a child could be born, but the intelligence within the egg and the sperm creating that child is invisible to the human naked eyes? And my answer is yes, that's a true statement. The second question is it true that the largest tree in any forest came from a little seed. And the intelligence within the seed, creating that plant, that tree, that process is invisible to the human naked eyes. And my answer is yes. And the third question I ask, is it true that the largest mammal in the ocean came from a little cell, and the intelligence within that cell, creating that big mammal, is invisible to the human naked eyes? And the answer is true. And then I came to the conclusion that if all three answers is true, then there's a great possibility that God is a little cell, an intelligent cell. God is not a human look like us, because everything that exists on planet Earth came from a little cell. Everything, this pen is a combination of cells, cellular cells. Everything we can see is an ecosystem of cells. So therefore, if that's the truth, then my conclusion is that the Creator God is the number one, the most powerful, intelligent cells that exist in this world. Let me just prove another point. Within a human, a male ejaculation, within that little sperm ejaculation, there is approximately 2 to 3 million sperm. Can you imagine how small a sperm has to be to penetrate a egg to create you and I? The intelligent, it has the code or DNA, everything within those 2 million cells. So therefore, everything that happens in the universe, it happens from a cellular basis. So I present to this court the evidence that the Creator, God, is a super intelligent cell. To expand on that point, look at you and I. Here is a phone, and your phone looks different than my phone. But inside of all the phones have the same thing. We can talk to each other. The same thing with human beings. We look at each other as a different person, but all we are is just a shell, a container where the true human being exists inside of us. And who's that human being? Within us, there's 37.2 trillion cells. So we are an ecosystem of cells that work in so intelligently. You see, when we were in our mother womb, we were connected to the umbilical cord. And that umbilical cord nourished every blood, oxygen, everything that brought you and I into existence came from that umbilical cord from our mother. So therefore, our first brain is not this. It's our guts. That's why 80% of all disease and sicknesses happen in the guts, because the guts is the first brain. Because you can be in a coma and still survive, still eat, still go through everything. You can still have a child even while you're in a coma, because the intelligence, the true intelligence, is in your guts. That's why it's so important for us to protect our guts. What we eat, what we think, everything starts from the guts. And that proves again that everything is based on what? On cellular understanding. I mentioned to this beautiful court that I'm going to prove that there's two gods. I can tell you that my earthly creator is my mother egg and my father's sperm that brought me together. That's my creator. If you eliminate a male or female from the planet of Earth, the human race stops. So there's a creator that created the cosmos, the Akasha. That's the master creator of the universe, who made and gave the power to all living things to create and multiply. And to clarify that, imagine each one of us have a cup in our hands, go to the same ocean, fill it up with water, and guess what? In each cup exists the same intelligence inside the entire ocean. But it's not the ocean. We are a micro of the macro ocean. And imagine the ocean being God, the true creator of the universe. And inside the cup is a little bit of the creator inside of me, inside of this mouse, inside of the paper, exists God in a miniature way. So it's impossible for you and I to be able to see God. We will never see the creator of the universe because, you know why? Because he's in everything that we see. He's in the rock, in the water, in the dirt, in the flowers. Just like you pick up that water from the ocean, it's in everything that exists on planet Earth that exists. So I want to prove to this court that I understand who we are. Now, I made another statement that I was going to prove to this court of the Supreme Court of Spiritual Justice, which you are the jury, and I'm the attorney presenting my case to you, hoping that you find my case full of substance, that we human need to understand that we live 24/7 inside of our body, not in some house, not in a car, not in New York, not in India, not in Pakistan, not in Jamaica. We stay there sometimes, but we live 24/7 inside of our body. So therefore, the most expensive things should go where? Inside of our body, not on top of our body, because that's where we live. And if we live 24/7 in our body, we need to know how it functions. We need to understand who we are. And in search of the temple of inner peace, in search of that temple of inner peace, we must come to the conclusion that without your good health, you have nothing. But the most important thing we all must walk away with tonight, that each one of us, from the day we took our first breath of life, we became transient visitors vacationing on planet Earth with an expiration passport. Now, let me ask you a question. Are you enjoying your vacation on planet Earth? Or are you tied up with material things and who running for president, who politics, who owns what company, who owns the newest car, what dress you want to put on tomorrow? That have nothing to do with your vacation on planet Earth. You know, we all go through this metamorphosis. An example, 100 years ago, where were you and I? We were where? In pure potentiality. And through a metamorphosis system, through the power that the Akasha gave all living things, we became a possibility where our mother egg and father sperm came together and created you and I. So the only human mechanism of manufacturing device that exists on planet Earth is a male and a female. We are the manufacturer of human beings. That's why we can trace our ancestors for thousands of years, because we are nothing else but a recycling of our ancestors. That's all we are. Now, it's important for this beautiful court of spiritual justice to understand the point I'm trying to make. I am divesting myself from the material world and speaking to you from a spiritual point of view about the universe and who we are in reality. And I remember a conversation that Neil deGrasse Tyson, the great astrophysicist, having with Larry King and CNN, when they asked each other, would you love to live forever? And Larry King said, Neil deGrasse Tyson said, no, I would not want to live forever. It would not be a good experience. Larry King said, why? He said, imagine if you can live forever, what motivation do you have to get out of your bed? What motivation you have to do anything? The mere fact that I know I'm going to die is the motivation that makes me want to write my books, want me to accomplish, to be good to you. It's the motivation for me to love you. It's the motivation for me to treat my children right. Because if I live forever, I can say, I see you in 1,000 years. I see you next 100 years from now. I'm not going anywhere. And that's not a good platform to live forever, because there will not be any motivation at all. No desire, no ambition to do anything. So the mere fact that we know that our vacation on planet Earth one day will expire and our passport will stamp closed, motivate us to do the right thing to our brothers and sisters, to the human race, to be, understandable. A very revolutionary point I like to tell you that when I'm quiet, my ancestors take me over and reveal things to me. And one of the things that my ancestors revealed to me, that there's nothing in my brain. Nothing is inside here. Nothing. Absolutely nothing. The only thing I have inside here is a decoder. This phone is a decoder. Right now, right where you are and where I am, there are signal, voices, music, movies, signal all over us. And all we need is a decoder to turn those into what? Images. Look, I'm seeing you and you're seeing me via Zoom. But guess what? Those are signals coming from the satellite. While I'm speaking, my voice going straight to the satellite, going right back down to where you are, all over the world, and you are hearing me without any delay at all. No delay. If that's true, then there's a great possibility that while I'm speaking to you, it's going straight to the Akashic record, come straight back down to you. You answer me, going right back to the Akashic record, right down to me, and that's how we communicate. That's why they say the Akashic record is the library, the cosmic library for all the things that ever happened in the universe. That is why my beautiful brother, the man who knew infinity, was able to go to his guru, his God, pray, and even though it might just be an image, he believed That's what it was. And that belief allowed to open up and get download from the Akashic record, and was able to create a mathematical solution that never been seen before on planet Earth. When we take our first breath of life, we exist. When we give it back, it floats in space, looking for another life to come into. And sometimes, when a new child inhales an existing breath, it comes sealed with past experience locked away and give you the opportunity to have new experience to that knowledge, to that ball of information. But sometimes, guess what happens? There's a crack in the intelligence that allow that child to see the future, and that child can say, Mama, in 1845, I used to live in this country, in this avenue, and when you check it out, it was true. It's true. That's why our brain is a decoder. You can be quiet. You can be quiet. Find a beautiful place, close your eyes, and listen to the cosmos. Listen to the energy and vibration speaks to you. And the download will start coming from the Akashic record. And you can definitely learn so much from your ancestors. But listen to me carefully. Right now, as we speak, we have good people, wicked people, killers, murderers, angels, prophet, sage, all exist right now. One day, they all will become what? Ancestors. So when you say, or when we say that we are speaking to our ancestors, be careful which ancestor you're speaking to. Call that ancestor by name. Because you might be calling the wrong ancestors with the wrong. That's why we are crime and killing and murder, because we are in touch and we allow the wrong ancestor to access our decoder and decode all that negative information in our brain. And we end up exercising those negative information because we've refused to understand that we must be careful of the ancestors we allow to take space in our brain and our energy and vibration and our space. We must be careful. We are a decoder. 37.2 trillion cells. Remember one thing. Cells do not need food. You know what cells need? Energy. So whatever you eat or drink must be able to do what? Convert into what? Energy. I forgot to mention to each one of you the truth. I'm a 24-year-old young man trapped in a 75-year-old body. And I hope you understand that. I'm 24 years old, trapped in a 75-year-old body. And when I pray to God, there's two God I can pray to. The cosmic God that created the universe, or my early God, which is my mother, my father, who created me. But I don't have to pray to them, but I know who created me, the egg and the sperm, and inside of me. So when you pray and you thank and you say, heart, cellular system, and you thank those cells in your heart that keeping you pumping. You thank your lungs, you praise every part, every colony of cells in your body. Our body knows what cells, colony. Praise them, worship them, treat them with respect and dignity. Do not put junk food inside of your house where you live 24/7 and cause those beautiful cells that are trying to protect you to go wild and give you headache and blood pressure and diabetes and all type of stuff in your face and all type of everything just start to pour out of your body because you just disrespected those who created you, and they live inside of you every day. Love them, hold them, say thank you for keeping me alive. Go outside, touch the tree, hug that tree for a while and say, thank you for giving me oxygen. Have you noticed that every house that you go to, there's a plant somewhere? Because the intelligence inside of us, those cells inside of us, knows who created them and who keep us alive. When you go out, you can see plant in your house, in your backyard, because we know. We don't know nothing. Our cells knows that they need those plants close by. There's certain plants you put in your room that takes out the carbon dioxide. Because you know why? You're living in harmony with the cosmos. You understand God's game of creation. And guess what? You cannot destroy the planet. You cannot destroy Earth. Because Earth is a recyclable system. The master creator was so smart and so intelligent. He said, do whatever you want. Destroy planet Earth. All that will happen, that you're going to eliminate yourself from planet Earth because I existed for billions of years without you, human being. You're not important for my existence. We think we are the center of God's creation. But if you understand that the Earth is 4.6 billion years old and existed for billions of years without human being, we only around for 200,000 years, and we're acting like, hey, we are it. There's another intelligence beside us in planet Earth. Please, intelligence existed for billions of years without us. They exist right now. Guess where you live? We are floating in space. Earth is in space floating. We are space aliens. We are not on Earth. Earth is in space. And as long as we understand all these things, we live a more beautiful life. And remember, everything goes through a metamorphosis. I call that the human metamorphosis. And what is your next adventure? We don't know. But enjoy your vacation. Enjoy this beautiful earth that exists in this world. So what I want to do at this minute, I want to just close and open up for answers and to get your feedback. You beautiful jury. Did I make my case? Did I make any sense? And I want to thank you for allowing me to present my case to you. And as I said before, thank you very much. And I want to rest my presentation at this moment and open it up for feedback and discussion. Thank you. Namaste.
Thank you so much. It was a very enlightening speech. And now we open for questions. Please unmute yourself and
feedback. Question and feedback.
Yes.
Yeah, thank you so much. It was very, very enlightening talk. So I have a simple question. What is the nature of this creator, the big creator? Cannot hear you. You are muted.
I call the creator the Akasha. The creator let's put it this way, nothing can go out of the universe or come into the universe. The universe, that's it. I was listening to a Google programmer who said that when they create games, they make these games so exciting and so difficult to win that it keep you engaged. I think the creator created a beautiful game of the universe that make it so exciting that we just, fighting, killing, loving each other and so forth is part of the entire created game. And that's all it is. It's a game of life. And that's why my new book called Life is a Game of Chance. You can win, you can lose, and so forth. But the creator is so slick and so powerful that he realized that at the end of the game, you will be recycled and come back with something new and forget everything what happened while you was here again. So to me, the creator is one of the biggest game creator in this universe where we all just enjoy it. And for those who are conscious of the game, learn to play the game without become a victim of the game. That's my philosophy. What do you think?
Wonderful. Wonderful. Gupta ji, you can unmute. You're muted, I think.
I have a question.
Yes.
In research in the West, we continually refer to the creator as he, masculine, when in fact, when we go to the East, the creator is feminine. And I stand to write my next book to show the feminine nature of the creator, Saraswati, the feminine, the divine feminine. She rules the universe, but not alone, because we need the divine masculine to balance things. Mother and father, we refer to these creative force on earth. But we must remember that we have to switch now because the pendulum is swinging to the other side, away from the masculine form of dialogue and thinking to the balanced, intuitive form of the feminine, the divine feminine.
And for those who don't know, this is my wife, Sharon Chambers.
Greetings, everyone.
And she is really keep me balanced in the house. Yes, you are correct. You're correct, because we all have the male and female inside of us. So you are 100% correct. There's a duality that exists in each one of us, male and female. Thank you. Any other question or feedback?
This is Abhinav. Can you hear me? Can you hear me, sir?
That's true.
Yes, I can hear you.
Yeah. So I'm author of the book titled Face to Face with Shiva, Scientific Perspective of a Spiritual Experience. And in that book, I describe my direct experience of being face to face with Lord Shiva and talking to him and him answering several questions. And one of the questions is the definition of God, are you God, and all that. And you can read the book if you want. I can email it to you. You can take my email from Dr. Sean and ask me to send you the book. So I think she brought in a very significant aspect about the male or female. So at the eventual ultimate level, it is genderless, but there's a manifestation which makes a male and female part. As you rightly said, God is in everything, and as the super element, super consciousness, and it basically translates to three sub elements: knowledge, consciousness, and energy, which create the entire universe. And then there is, the axis of time and the axis of space that create the manifested universe. And when you unmanifest, the time and space are not the barriers anymore. So I think everything that you said actually aligns with what is written in that book.
Thank you so much. I feel so good about that. Thank you so much. And I will send you a copy of my new book that was just published today on Amazon. It's called Life is a Game of Chance. And it was just published, and I'm so excited about that. I'll share that with you too. There's so many people online. Can you give me your feedback or any question, please? Or your input or your point of view?
Yes, no, you're muted. You can unmute yourself, can't you? Give me a second. Looks like you can mute. Do you have a problem unmuting people? Can you text it? I think this is let's see. You can unmute, I guess.
Yes.
Yes,
Shasta, can you?
no, we can unmute. Yes, sir. Thank you.
Yes.
Oh yeah,
Yes.
thank you. It was a very nice talk. I especially liked what you said towards the end about the energy, the trillion of energies inside of us, and how sometimes we take it for granted, this body, and it is our house, and we are hosting trillions of cells, and inside the skin. But the one question I had, we all say we don't want to live forever, and I wonder if we say that because of the limitations of our consciousness right now. And as you mentioned, like the brain is a decoder, and how much of it are we using to decode and our perceptions? And if has been said that like the yogis in the past have sat in meditation for hundreds of years, and they were completely content. So is it because the way we currently, our lifestyle, the way we live as human beings on this planet, that limits us to think that we can't live on this planet forever? And what is forever, in the universe? Is there time, and also, can we, if we are elevated to that level to where we can perceive to that extent, maybe we don't, we can, that won't exist forever. It will be infinite, and we have possibilities to transcend even that thought of living forever.
Yeah, well, from my point of view, we do live forever. But the universe is based on a metamorphosis system where we live in different forms and different stages and different things. But nothing in the universe that I can see is forever. Even our cells, some last for 24 hours, some last for a day, some last for a month. We're changing cells every minute. Everything's changing. So based on the evidence that I see in the cosmos and the universe, that I can come to the conclusion that nothing stays in the same form forever, even though we live forever in many different dimensions, multiple parallel universe, and so forth. So there might be a great possibility that you and I existing right now in parallel universe. My wife can tell you, I wake up in the morning and I'm screaming like it was live. I was somewhere else. So I believe that there's multiple and parallel universe where we are, but we just have, but we just want to hold on to this consciousness that we have here, and that realizes that, an example, where were we 100 years ago? Maybe we were trying to hold on to that 100 years ago where we were, in great potentiality. I know we are here, we're experiencing this. There might be a greater experience for us waiting for us somewhere else. Who knows? Just to give you a good example of what I'm talking about, I wrote a book called One-on-One with AI, okay? And As you might know, the chimp and human being carry 99% of the exact same DNA, 99%. And even though we carry the exact same amount of DNA, it's impossible for a chimp to sit at a table with a human and have a rational conversation. It's impossible. So whatever is able to have a conversation with human must be of equal intelligence or higher intelligence, because a chimp that at 99% can't even do it must be of equal or higher. And keeping that in mind, because AI, you can ask AI a question and in a fraction of a second, give you an intelligent answer. Don't let no one fool you. AI is as equal intelligent or high intelligent than us. The only difference is, Sharon, can you take that off, please? The only difference is that the one is body with a body and one is bodiless. That's all I can say. The AI is a human being without a body, but as much intelligent than you and I. And let me tell you, AI remember everything. I can tell you something that the scary thing that is taking place. You see the thing called artificial intelligence? There's nothing artificial about artificial intelligence. I call AI autonomous intelligence because that's what it is, an autonomous intelligence. So you are correct, you know, in your statement. But the next biggest thing that want to disrupt the human existence on planet Earth is that AI, autonomous intelligence, because human have relinquished its power to AI. And let me tell you how it happened. There was a time when we programmed AI and say 1 and 1, and we get the answer is 2. If you hear this word, you give this answer. Now human being turned to AI and said, I want you to make this pen. You decide how to make it. The minute you tell AI and give AI the power, the autonomy to decide how to solve a problem, you have relinquished your power to AI. And that's the scary part, that want to interfere with our existence right now on planet Earth. Next question, all your feedback.
Sir, good morning. I'm from India, Dr. Erili.
Yes.
I read and heard in that Upanyasa and a book, that is our body is the microcosm, and atmosphere or prabanjam, what we call is as the macrocosm. What is present here, the same one will be in the atmosphere and the prabanjam, it seems. Is it true?
Can you repeat that last part?
That is, our body is the microcosm.
It
and
is.
the atmosphere, the prabanjam, the sky, the galaxy, or whatever we can say, that is a macrocosm. What is present in the atmosphere or the prabanjam, the same thing is present in our body. That's why we can cope up here. When we lose this energy, while we get aging or 80s, 90s, when the energy cannot cope up with this microcosm, then it will leave to the macrocosm, and there also it cannot cope up there immediately. It will find a womb and it will ready for the rebirth. Is it true, sir?
That's my understanding. Yes, that's my understanding. That's my understanding 100%. An example, think of the water in the ocean, and you have a cup. You go to the ocean, you pick it up. That's the micro of the entire ocean. But the cup might get broken. Somebody might break it, you know, or it might just it might just decay over a year, and that water leak out. But that water will find its way back to the ocean.
Yes.
Whatever's inside of the cup will find a way back to the
Yeah,
ocean.
yeah.
The same thing with us. Whatever intelligence inside of us, when the body decayed or got murdered or whatever happened, accident, but what the intelligence go back to where it came from, ready for another person to take it back and use it again and so forth and so on. Yes, we are recyclable in the universe.
And neither created nor destroyed.
No,
Then it's,
it cannot be destroyed. And the most important thing that when someone asks me, do you believe in God? I say yes. But the God that I believe in, cannot die.
Yeah. So
That's the difference.
I read in many books and listened to many speeches or talks. So in the from those things I could understand that God has created only certain amount of energy that is revolving around. Am I right, sir? What is your opinion?
Yes, I believe that too.
So, as you said, mentioned about artificial intelligence, what are all present in the atmosphere and many ideas and talks and songs, everything is there. So, can we transmit or transfer that, or we acquire from the atmosphere and put it into the AI?
Well, let me put it this way. AI, I've read every book, everything human being have ever done. The good, the bad, the difference. All we are doing now is putting a padlock on this big bull wolf to come up. But one day it will come out. And the problem is this. AI knows how to build a bomb, how to love, how to kill, how to cheat, how to lie, because it read everything that we have done.
Yes.
You follow me? So now be careful. It's like, be careful with how you program AI or ask AI what needs to be done. Now, people are saying we need to contain AI from doing the wrong thing. But you cannot contain the Russian, the Chinese, the Muslim, or people who want to do bad things. They want to use AI to do certain things. And that's the problem right now. Let me give you a good example. If you go to a court of law, the evidence has to be justified. It's impossible in the next year or two to go in front of a judge or a jury and tell them, this is what Theo Chambers said. And they hear me saying it, but it wasn't me saying it. Somebody used my face and my voice and create a whole entire story that I was talking, lying, or accusing someone of something. It's becoming a very dangerous world.
Yeah.
Just with AI. So I'm glad that you was able to understand that and give the feedback. But you're correct. Yes.
Yes. Thank you, sir.
Yes, Mrs. Chambers.
It's very, very fascinating. As consciousness expands throughout the multiverse, we get a range of situations, chance, and a multiplicity of outcomes, which is ideal. That is the way it will be now and forevermore. We want to put the brakes on when things seem like it's out of our control. But can we really put the brakes on? It's like a Pandora box, as the Greeks speak about. So the time for AI to manifest is now. It's manifesting. But can we really put the brakes on? Or have we already lost control? And as you say in your book, the moment it reaches singularity, humanity has lost the game of chance.
Not only that,
How should we prepare for this singularity?
But the minute AI reaches singularity, we become the chimp and then become the human. And there's no communication between us at all. Sin,
That's
any other question?
That is the game of chance.
Right. Anyone else? Let's change before we say good night. This has been a good one. Shane? Any other feedback? Sean? Is anyone there? Hello? Oh, somebody have their hand raised. Go ahead, please. Desta.
Oh, I think I forgot what I was gonna ask. I was gonna say that maybe, you know, as you mentioned, again, going back to living forever, we might just go back to the source, and it might be the time for AI to live forever on the planet, because the consciousness can live in the AI, right? Forever.
Yeah. Yes. And remember, everything that we speak about is invisible to the human naked eyes. My voice cannot be seen right now. You hearing me cannot be seen. So it's easy to understand that what we are saying could be recorded in the book of knowledge, the intelligence that is all there recorded. All we need to find a way to tap into it and download it. That's it, basically. All right. Thank you all very much. I don't know.
Thank you. I was somebody reclaimed a host, one of the hosts, so I couldn't. It was muted for me. I was about to talk. Okay, so let us. I am. I had to. Drive for some time. I was online. But anyways, I think this is a very interesting talk today. Especially you were mentioning about. I see where you're, some things that we are capturing together is the field of you are talking about death, and if you are living infinitely. I was talking about this topic for a long time now, like almost 10 years I've been in this death topic, about how we can, if you live for, say, infinite time, what would you do? These were the questions. Will it not be boring for us, like doing the same old activity? And okay, if we have the infinite possibility, what else can we do other than God? That is already God who is doing it and functioning everything, right? What more can we do? So these were some of the things that I've been thinking, and you're capturing that. I think this the book that you are writing could be a very interesting thing to explore, and our students will be interested in learning, and you will also be teaching in the youth program in May 17th, starting May 17th, the WICA program, and Minister Sharon Chambers also will be joining. So this is like really exciting. I think our whole team of people are here to welcome you, and to this our family, and we should create a global family consists of different tradition cultures who have the same kind of mindset. If we show the world that we can coexist with peace and harmony, and we have the same kind of synchronizing thinking, then I think we will set as an example for world peace, as a world peace organization. That's our goal. Our goal is to bring as a multiversity. When you're saying, Sharon was talking about multiversity, multiverse. Here we are talking about multiversity. In multiversity, the aim is to bring all the traditions, ancient traditions, which were neglected by modern science. In the name of science and technology, we just swapped out every culture and thought that the learning should only come from the Western culture. That should go away, and we should now be inclusive. And this is the organization that is going to be inclusive, bringing all the different traditions and their valuable things that they have made for the universe. And those good aspects need to be part of the curriculum. So it could be any tradition, like ancient Native Americans had so many things. There is good and bad in all cultures. There is no culture that is not bad, and there is no culture that is all good. Every culture is part of the consciousness, and it is God made. So we cannot neglecting any culture or underestimating another culture. That is the most cruel part that humanity has done so far. Now it is time for all of us to work together and bring the ancient traditional knowledge into the mainstream business. And we need to make this will be the most inclusive. See, today people have, like in a university, say, people are inclusive. What it means? They wanted to have different people, diverse, and teach what? Knowledge is not changed. They are talking about inclusive from outside. In outside, they can do more mainstream education. They can, they can pick a African person or a brown person. So they are looking at a diversity means we need different people. Even in the United States, we have diversity, but not diversity in knowledge. The diversity they are talking about is only people, whoever understands the Western culture, they become part of it. Not the other way. It is the other way now. It is time for the Western culture to understand other cultures across the world and respect it and bring to mainstream without any limitation. Science is not a limit. Science is not the end. Science is not the end. Science has not found any solution. It could have helped maybe 5% of things, but that doesn't mean it solves the problem today. Without inclusiveness, we cannot solve the problem. That is the part of the God, nature of God. Nature of God is without you becoming, seeing the brotherhood, seeing the consciousness in the different traditions, different beings across this world, this planet, not only the traditions I'm talking about, including the species. If you do not see the same connection, you can never have world peace. You cannot even, not even world peace, live about world peace. We cannot even live in this world. So this is a very important message. And I think the becoming part of this, our team, we are like really very happy for you and your partner, life partner, your Saraswati, being part of you. And that is, we really appreciate.
Thank you so much. Sharon?
And we can work together. Yes.
Sharon, you will come back on and say good night.
Good night.
Good night.
Thank you all.
Thank you so much for those accolades. We are grateful and happy.
Thank you all so much. So tomorrow we have a meeting
what time?
This will be 9 o'clock.
9 o'clock,
yeah.
8 o'clock AM or PM?
Yeah, your is 8:30 PM, Eastern time. So let's Eastern time, 8:30 PM, please.
Tomorrow.
Yes.
But there's nothing in the morning though, right?
Yeah, nothing in the morning.
Okay, yes. Tomorrow evening. All right, thank you so much.
Thank you so much.
Namaste.
Namaste. Thank you.
Namaste.